got a lot to talk about on today's show, from folks staging fake kidnappings and blaming ICE. Yeah, you heard me correctly. It's gotten to that point. Honestly, I'm a little surprised it took this long, right? I would have expected this to have happened sooner, right? Because ICE isn't taking American citizens, so I figured they would just start staging them. Well, we're there. To finding out that the Biden administration is giving illegal criminals the ability to stay in the country. Yeah, the Biden administration did that. Kind of crazy. To other illegals trying to exploit some loopholes in the system, plus more. So with that being said, I'm not going to talk too much. Let's dive right on into this first story about an illegal staging being kidnapped. Check it out.
Now, a migrant in California is charged with staging a fake kidnapping and blaming federal agents or people working with them. Correspondent Matt Finn reporting live on this from LA. Hi, Matt.
Hi, Martha. This woman is here illegally, a Mexican national. She goes by Julie Calderon, and the feds say she's being charged with lying to police and conspiracy for this elaborate hoax that they believe was meant to incite even more tension and also possibly make some money. Federal investigators say a key piece of evidence, photos. Calderon and her co-conspirators had pictures ready, staged to make it look like she was in custody with a dirty face, even removing her shoelaces. But the feds say there's at least one glaring error, because she would have been asked to take off the necklace in an official federal photo. The U.S. government says surveillance video helped them crack the case. The feds say this woman lied about being kidnapped by federal agents at a Jack in the Box here in L.A., taken to San Ysidro to the south, and asked to self-deport, but she refused, so she was held in a warehouse. But the feds say they caught her roaming free in the Bakersfield area, hundreds of miles north. This scheme went to extremes: a filed police report, a GoFundMe, even a press conference announcing her disappearance.
So in this very parking lot a week ago, ununiformed men in unmarked cars kidnapped Julie. And with her courage and her strength, even though we don't know where Julie is and we don't know when we will find her, Julie has managed to make 2 phone calls to the family since she's been kidnapped.
The Department of Justice says Calderon was indeed using her iPhone during her alleged disappearance, which helped them locate her. She faces a maximum of 10 years if convicted. The U.S. attorney here in L.A. says, quote, dangerous rhetoric that ICE agents are kidnapping illegal migrants is being recklessly peddled by politicians and echoed in the media to inflame the public and discredit our courageous federal agents. We do have calls into that attorney who you saw in that video who is representing this woman. And also there are also co-conspirators listed throughout this federal complaint, so we expect there may be more people charged here. Martha.
Thank you very much, Matt Finn.
Absolutely crazy stuff. They've gotten desperate enough to the point where they're staging fake kidnappings and then using their own phone to just, hey, I've been kidnapped, but, I can use my phone to call you. They can't even stage a fake kidnapping correctly. Absolutely wild stuff. Absolutely wild stuff. But let's move on to the story that I talked about earlier, where we figured out that the Biden administration actually gave an illegal immigrant criminal the ability to stay in this country. Check it out.
That's our car.
All right. Only Fox News was with ICE and HSI officers in Los Angeles as they moved in to take down a high-priority aggravated felon. His name is Alexander Palacios Guevara. DHS says he's a Salvadoran illegal alien and Sureños gang member with prior convictions for murder and attempted murder.
I have an immigration lawyer.
Guevara has had a deportation order since February 2024 and had been living freely in Los Angeles County, a sanctuary jurisdiction. Now that this convicted murderer is in federal custody, he's coming here to this ICE facility where he's going to be booked. They're going to take his fingerprints, take his biometrics. He'll be placed in a cell. But as we were reporting on what would happen next with Guevara, he interrupted us to repeatedly say he shouldn't be deported because he has a special form of relief called CAT. ICE says you have a deportation order since February 2024, sir.
No, I just got CAT on December the 18th. Of last year by the BIA. You can call my lawyer.
It turns out his claim is true. ICE wasn't aware at the time of his arrest, but in the final days of the Biden administration, on December 18th, the BIA, or Board of Immigration Appeals, under the Biden Department of Justice, granted Guevara a relief known as DCAT, meaning deferred removal under the Convention Against Torture. It means Guevara can't be deported to El Salvador because he fears being killed or tortured, and the Trump administration is outraged about it. An ICE spokesperson tells Fox, quote, "This criminal alien should never have been roaming the streets of Los Angeles. Not only is he a member of the ruthless Sureños gang, but he also has multiple convictions for murder, assault, and rape or sexual abuse of a minor. A highly unusual Biden-era legal decision from December allowed this dangerous criminal to live in American communities."
Are you a convicted murderer, sir?
I am free.
Are you a convicted murderer?
And guys, after that interaction, we learned that ICE briefly released this man from custody. Then they went out and rearrested him the very next day due to his criminal history. He remains in ICE custody now, but this just goes to show how complicated this system is. This Salvadoran man is convicted of murder. He's an alleged gang member. He has an active deportation order. He had his due process, but still, ICE is unable to send him back home to his home country because of this last-minute protection he got during the final days of the Biden administration. Now, ICE can and will try to deport him to a third-party country, but right now they have to wait for the Supreme Court to rule on their ability to do so because a federal judge in Boston earlier this year blocked them from doing third-party removals. Last point I want to make, I did reach out to this man's immigration attorney multiple times, asking her who exactly is he afraid is going to torture him back home. She never got back to me. We'll send it back to you.
Because ain't nobody waiting to torture him. Now, I think SCOTUS did actually rule on that and is going to allow the Trump administration to deport illegals to third-party countries. So he's on up out of here. He's on up out of here the way that he should be. And it's crazy that the Biden administration just gave him the ability. Well, I guess it's not crazy because that's what they wanted. They wanted as many illegals to be in this country as possible and hopefully to make them legal citizens so that they all could just simply vote for the Democrats. But let's move on to this next story of this young lady who was trying to come to this country and leave behind something.
I'm begging. No, please don't beg me. She's in an advanced state of pregnancy. It's quite common for pregnant ladies to travel overseas so that they can have the baby in whichever country to automatically get that passport.
What's your final destination today?
No, today.
Today?
Today in London.
Okay.
But I'm going to the US tomorrow.
You're going to the US tomorrow, okay.
When you went for your American visa, did you tell the visa officer that you were pregnant? No. You did? No. Okay. Is there any reason why you didn't tell the visa officer that you were pregnant? It didn't come up. It didn't come up. Okay, what I'm going to do is...
The woman is only 7 weeks away from giving birth, yet has decided to visit her sister in America, claiming she will return 3 weeks before her due
It
date.
says that you're fit to travel. Babies born in the UK don't automatically qualify for a British passport, but babies born in the US do automatically qualify for an American passport. So it's quite common for pregnant ladies to travel overseas so that they can have the baby in whichever country to automatically get that passport.
Sarah is suspicious of the woman's motive for travelling to the US via the UK, but she could also be in breach of airline regulations for travelling whilst pregnant.
When is she due?
5th of June.
When is her return?
16th of May. So she's got 3 weeks between her return date and her due date, which makes her 37 weeks pregnant, which is over every airline's limit.
The woman is in breach of the airline's policy, but as she has a valid US visa, Sarah must now contact the US Embassy.
Hi, it's Sarah. I'm at the airport at the moment. I just wondered if you could give a call to the American Embassy so that they can check an American visa for me. She's at the airport today and she's in an advanced state of pregnancy. So if you can just give them a call and find out if they're happy with that, and if so, then we can let her travel.
It's minutes before the flight leaves, but whether or not the pregnant woman will be on board is up to the US Embassy.
Right, okay, all right, I'll do that then. Okay, thanks very much. All right, thank you, bye-bye.
She's not
Okay, that was the American Embassy, and they want to speak to her today.
The flight will be leaving without the pregnant woman. Now Sarah must tell her the news.
So what I've done is I've contacted the visa man and explained your situation. What he'd like to do is, can you go back to the embassy here in Lagos, show him all this paperwork, and he'll want to speak to you. I'm sorry, I know it's frustrating, but if you can go back to him, because, Madam,
Please, I'm begging.
No, please don't beg me. Please don't beg me. No, Madam, please don't beg me.
The pregnant woman did not make it to the USA. When she failed to turn up at the American embassy, her visa was cancelled.
Notice there at the very end, she said, I know a lot of, wait, I want to quote her correctly. Let me see. I'm begging you. She said, I know a lot of people that are pregnant who go and all that. So it sounds to me like she talked to some other folks who have been pregnant, who have done the same sort of thing. Like, hey, we're going to travel to America. We're going to tell them we're going to return in time for our pregnancy so we have our babies back in our home countries. But they have the baby here and now our child has U.S. citizenship. Now we'll go back to our home country, you know? And I feel like she let it be known when she said that. And then the fact that she didn't go to the embassy to, have the conversation, I think that tells me everything that I need to know. She knew what she was doing. She knew she was trying to scam the system. That's why she didn't go back and show up. At least in my humble opinion, that's why she didn't. But y'all can let me know in the comments what you think. All right. Here's a crazy story as well. Check out this one.
This video, this was a guy who said he was a U.S. citizen fleeing from federal agents after they say he slashed the tires on one of their vehicles. You'll see him running away. He then gets taken to the ground and he tangles with agents while he's on the ground. It appeared he kind of lunged at one of them, and you'll see the aftermath of that. Take a look at this picture right here. Those federal agents ended up macing that man in his face, took him into custody and took him away. His wife was yelling at agents the whole time, saying he's a U.S. citizen. The agent said, too bad, he slashed one of our tires. And then take a look at these photos here. We do have photos of the vehicle that had the tire slashed. There was one puncture mark. It quickly deflated, and the agents had to drive out of the area on their rims. We caught up with this video.
He's a U.S. citizen. He's a U.S. citizen. So you're damaging property. What, you think you can just go around stabbing ICE agents' vehicles and you're not going to be taken in? Like, what? They should deport him just for that stupidity. Like, what? You think you just about to stab ICE agents' tires and they'll just leave you alone? Like, nothing will happen. Like, come on now, bro. What in the world? Deport him, too. Deport him. Show that man a lesson. Here's a new story, too. And I don't mind it. But y'all can let me know what you think about this story, but I like it. They can't hide anywhere.
ICE will be able to access the personal data of the nation's 79 million Medicaid enrollees. This is according to an agreement signed this week between Medicare and the Department of Homeland Security. The information, including home addresses and ethnicity, will allow ICE to track down undocumented immigrants. California Attorney General Rob Bonta says he's deeply disturbed by the administration's actions and says, quote, "We are moving quickly to secure a court order blocking the sharing of this data for immigration enforcement. It's unclear if Homeland Security has accessed the information."
Of course. Democrats already wanting to block it. Hey, let me go to a liberal judge. I need you to block this now. Hey, I love it. I don't mind it. You find these illegals any way you can. Get every single one of them out of here. And now ICE has the funding to do so. To the tune of billions. I love it. Some illegals were actually found in an interesting place, Nantucket. Check them out. Right there on the boat, amongst some of the richest people. Nantucket. Oh man, you gotta love it. I love it. Going anywhere and everywhere to find these illegals wherever they go. And wherever they're going. We don't care if you're going to work either. You still gonna get stopped and get deported too.
And this is on the way to work. Hard-working men on the way to work being targeted, talking about a targeted address, saw them coming out of a targeted address. This is how they treat hard-working people that come to America. I didn't know they were criminals. Where are they getting arrested?
Notice how she stopped short of calling them Americans. It's quite interesting. I think that says a lot.
This is how they treat hard-working people that come to America.
Hard-working people.
I didn't know they were criminals. Where are they getting arrested for? And what are your names so I can talk to the lawyer? You got no names today.
And what are your names so I can talk to a lawyer? Girl, you ain't talking to nobody. Stop it. Stop it. And I don't know why y'all keep trying to push back so hard, bro. It's not working. Y'all remember when I showed y'all the clip of the lady that said they were posted up in like some hardware store's parking lot looking out for ICE? And she was like, yeah, we had the parking lot blocked off, but they still got in. Of course they still got in. Oh, man. Time after time, video after video, clip after clip. It's just a bunch of leftists yelling and cursing at ICE while they're still deporting these people that they came to deport. It ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work at all. And you know, Tennessee is doing something quite interesting.
Now, where new immigration laws take the crackdown a step further, the laws create sweeping criminal penalties for anyone who provides shelter to an undocumented immigrant. The American Immigration Council says they make it illegal for a church to offer temporary shelter, a landlord to rent out a room, or a family member to live with someone who is undocumented.
Hey, giving these people nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. Except for back to your home country. Come here the legal way, the right way. As a matter of fact, I might post a YouTube short on a gentleman who is still in his home country, but attempting to do it the correct way. I'm gonna have to remember to share that YouTube short. Make sure you're checking out my YouTube shorts, by the way. I share a lot of them, typically 2 to 3 every single day. So you're missing out on a lot of good content if you're not watching my YouTube shorts as well. But as always, let me know your thoughts and your opinions in the comments. Make sure you guys hit that like button for the algorithm. I would greatly appreciate it. And y'all stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.